Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Well, I'm happy to be here with you on another week. And this week, I want to talk about the little book of James. Now, I planned to talk about the whole book, but I found too much stuff in the first two chapters. So I'm only going to get to chapters 1 and 2. Maybe next week I'll do the 3, 4, and 5. But today and this week, I want to share from the book of James. Now, James was the half-brother of Jesus. He became the elder, the chief elder in the church at Jerusalem. And he's speaking to common, everyday, run-of-the-mill type folks. And here's what he says in chapter 1, verse 2. Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow. For when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. Well, let's see if we can't figure out what this is talking about. He starts out by saying, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. Now, I'm guessing most people who are listening or could listen would say the opposite of this. They would say, when you're not having troubles, that's an opportunity for great joy. But that's not what James says here. He says, when you are having troubles, consider the troubles an opportunity for great joy. Now, to be totally honest with you, that appears to be nuts. I mean, I'm not going to argue here. When problems are coming, and problems are coming, and problems are coming, being joyful is usually not the first emotion that you're going to experience. In fact, you might not even experience it at all. But James is talking about something bigger than the trouble that comes. Now, don't misunderstand me here. I'm not minimizing difficulties or troubles, as it says here. I've been there. And I know others have been in worse places than I have, so I don't have I don't own the store on being miserable. In fact, my miserableness is hardly anything compared to some others. But I have been troubled. And we're troubled because we live in a world that's full of sin. We might be in trouble because something we did or didn't do. If my wife asks me to do something and I don't do it, I'm usually in trouble. But that's because I didn't do something. But this is just talking about troubles coming. You live your life and something doesn't work. Something breaks down. You're trying to do the best you can, and this other thing shows up. I was reading a story the other day of a baby elephant caught in a mud hole, and the elephants couldn't get him out, and some people came by and they brought in an excavator, and they were working hard to get the elephant out of the hole, and then the excavator broke down, and then they had to figure out how to fix it. It took them almost a day to fix it before they could get back to trying to get the elephant out. I mean, talk about trouble on trouble on trouble. They finally got the elephant out, which was a really interesting story, but troubles just come. We can't live a life without them. But when they come, we can see them not as an opportunity to destroy us, but an opportunity for us to exhibit our faith. It says here, for you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. The trouble doesn't produce the faith. The trouble produces the growth in the faith and the strength that comes from it. So I don't welcome troubles. I really don't. I would much live without them. And I don't think I'm alone about that. But when they come, and they will come, when they come, we can see the trouble not as an insurmountable problem, but as an opportunity to strengthen our faith and grow our endurance so that we can know more and more and more about God. Now, what do you do when those moments come? How do you react? Now, I realize I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not suggesting that the instant something bad happens, you're up there with your great faith. Maybe you are. And if you are, that's fantastic. But if you're like most of us, your faith is tested. And you might even question. But as you continue to focus on your trust in God, instead of focusing on the problem, you will find a whole different perspective of what's going on. And I would even suggest that the trouble itself may end as you find new ways to think about it and maybe new solutions or new possibilities. Whatever the situation here is, when trouble comes, James tells us to see it as an opportunity to increase our faith and trust in our God. Now, I hope you'll think about this. I admit it's a struggle. As I've said many times around here, it's really simple. It's just complicated. But yet, as we do this more and more, as we trust more and more, we develop our faith to overcome more and more. Doesn't matter where you start. It only matters that you keep trying. Well, thanks for listening today. If you have any needs or concerns that we can help you with, please let us know. We'll do everything we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow.